Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of Sunday Night Gaming, where this week we are covering a game called Kenshi. This is a open world sandbox RPG, and that's probably the best way to describe it. It's actually got a lot going on, so it's going to be tricky to cover a lot of things, but I'll basically, by the time we're done here, I'll hopefully give you an idea of roughly about how it actually plays. And so this game is a party base. A lot of it is party base, or you could just keep solo, but to be honest, you really eventually want to get people. You want to grow it as a team, and you want to really get people to expand your party. It is an early access game that you can get from Steam for $19.99. I think I recently got this on a sale, so it was a little bit cheaper. But I would say it's actually worth a $19.99 price tag. It's a pretty extensive game. It's still in early access, so it still has some life and growth to it, which is good. And it seems like they're actually releasing things quite a bit, because I checked this game out a long time ago, and we got bandits incoming. So we're gonna actually just run away, because that's what I'm so good at, is run away. In this game, though, you actually can be rewarded for losing. You really can. And what I mean by that, there we go, and it's locked. What I mean by that is all your stats are built by whatever you happen to encounter in this world. So, for example, my guy 4 is really terrible. You start off just absolutely horrible in this game. I admittedly took a little bit more of a challenging route. I took the Holy Warrior route, which gives you this really awesome weapon, but you have no money and everybody hates you. So it's difficult, so you gotta actually just build that up and grow your fortune, as they say. But this is your inventory: armor, head, shirt, weapons, etc. so forth. Everything here, as you put it on, will actually change your looks. So that's actually really cool. Now let's open this door again and get back to work. Zill's gonna go back because I have him on an auto thing right now. Now the other thing I want to show you, this is actually the stats I was trying to get to there, and you see you have strength, toughness, dexterity, perception. Now in this game, oh, we got someone attacking us. Is it only one? Is it only one? It is only one guy. All right, so we can take him out. Let's both of them get down there. So combat is a challenge. Basically, you start off and you are just terrible at everything. I mean, you just don't have a lot going for you. And this fight might very well be, I might knock my people unconscious. We'll see. I'm hoping not, but these are dust bandits and they're pretty tough. So you have all these stats as they go up and down, get minus, grow. That's all important. And I think we're gonna head inside again real quick. Run away! Stumble inside! Stumble inside before you're down for good. And then close the door. Okay. I think I got everybody inside. I got everybody inside for now. Sweet. Okay. The bandits run away? Nope, they're back. Okay, go back inside. Go back inside. So this game is it's a challenge. You start off and you really feel like you're fighting for your life. With every little bit that you do, you feel like you're fighting with your life because your stats are terrible. Like right now, Zill's my combat guy, so he's okay. But my main guy, not very good stats for combat. And all these stats basically start off as just horrible, wretched stats. You see down here, minus from different things. It's not good. You don't start off very good. But as you progress through this game, I think the best way of actually looking at it is kind of like Ultima Online, where all these skills you can level up and grow, doing different things and doing it repetitively. But they have a lot of other cool stuff that they throw in here, such as if you run with no armor and long distances, then you actually increase your athletics. Now, if you run like fully laden down with lots of, let's see, is everybody aware? Are we clear? Are we clear? Alright, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. So if you wind up going, you wind up actually. Let's get ourselves all bandaged up because we're so bad. We're so hurting. I'm gonna keep a post out. But so if you wind up running somewhere though, like fully laden, where you're over encumbered and you have lots of weight, what it's going to do is actually going to build up your strength the more you do it. So everything that you do in this game actually increases your character, which even if you die, well, not die, but get knocked out, it's actually will grow your character, because that's the only way to really increase your toughness is losing fights and getting into fights and getting your butt kicked here and there. It's just the way that they have it, and that's really the only possible way to increase toughness. Now, combat skills is basically the same way. You need to be able to fight people and succeed in that realm. So it's really cool in that sense, because you're always like, you know, your character is going to grow by exactly what you do. If you happen to just do a lot of like labor work, you're going to increase your laboring skills. If you do many other things, you know, like all these skills, each one of them increases certain aspects of what your character can do. You know, field medic, engineering, robotics, science, all of these. You can increase every single one of those stats just by doing it more and more. Now, this guy, you know, because I'm broke, and I found that one of the best ways to make money in this game is by mining resources and actually trading them out. So it's one of those things where I've been trying to build up a fortune, trying to get something, and I've slowly built up. And I don't know how many hours I have in this game so far. It took me a few retries to actually get to a point where I was kind of comfortable where I was at. I think one of my playthroughs, I just wandered around so much that I just didn't know what I was doing. So I wound up just kind of eventually going, okay, that's enough. I need to start up a new one. Another one, I wanted to go out and check out, you know, some of these farther reaches, and I wound up getting taken by fog people, and they knocked me out, carried me into their fortress, and enslaved me. Yeah, so yes, you can become slaves in this game, and they actually even have right up here it says slave of, looks like, you know, it gives you an idea. You can disguise yourself in the game to be able to go into certain cities, because, you know, your factions are really important. And right now I know like a lot of people hate me because of the background that I took, so it's something where I need to be cautious of what I'm doing to be able to proceed forward. So they have you know, so this is basically one of the landscapes here. Now this game, that's the best way of making money I've found, just in mining materials. And what it does is you put somebody to work, this bar gets filled up, the little thing appears there, and then you click and drag it onto your guy. And if they have the inventory space, they'll take it, and life is good. And this guy, for example, I got water, so what I do is take it, drop it on him, and he's going to have, because I'm telling him to, go and water these plants. So I'm basically trying to grow this crop, and then we'll go from there. This is the first time I've gotten to grow a crop, so we'll see how that goes. Eventually you can put them to work. Your ideal thing is eventually to make a nice solid home base and then go and venture forward from there. But really, you could just start right off the bat with just being a traveler and exploring things. But it's a dangerous world, and you have to kind of build yourself up. And I know some of the people suggest one of the best ways of doing that is actually, you know, going to a guard, like following a guard patrol, and as they engage bandits, you know, kind of participate where you can, and then you go and you steal the loot afterwards. So it's, you know, it's kind of one of those things that's kind of cool. And actually, is this thing almost 100%? Sweet! So I hired Zill. He's a recent guy that I hired, and he is basically still working up skills. He's my basic fighter guy. Injuries are, you know, not helping him out any, so that kind of stinks. So eventually this thing's going to be 100%. Okay, so now I can start harvesting that. So let's assign this guy. So right now he is doing operating machine well and then vegetable farm. That's why I assigned him. But we're just going to click here, and you could shift and click on something, and then he's going to go and just start working on it right away. What do we have over here? What do we have? Everything is dangerous, so I have to be careful. Goats! Goats, yes, even goats are dangerous. They will just eat your face terribly. I picked a fight with a couple of them, and it wasn't good. It was not fun. Alright, you know what, Zill, you're failing over there. Let me send someone that's a little bit better at working. How about that? And you just, you go back to mining. You go mine some stones. Let's do that. Let's X this. You mine stones. And then you carry it to here. Alright. And then this thing processes and makes building materials, which the basic idea of this game, as you you know, you can research new technologies, but then you can build stuff. And there is a building here. Like right now I could just build a small shack. I can eventually research more extensive things. But right now, that's what I got. It's still kind of new to this game. Torch post, stone mine, stone processor, all this other storage thing, and then tasks such as the research bench. And you kind of put it down, and it gives you an idea of how much building materials. Now, this is the part that got me with the first one, is this building materials number. You have to know how many building materials you got. And since inventory is relatively limited, if it's something that requires like 5 or 6 pieces, you can't actually put 5 or 6 building materials into your inventory. So you have to do a couple runs back and forth. But it's okay. It's not too bad to do that. So just to like not bore you guys, because this game is it's really a slower paced game, and it takes a little while to build up and to definitely play. But it's a good game when you actually get some time to sit down and play, because it really is like almost a life simulator. You just kind of do what you want and go from there. Now I'm going to go up to this guy, because this is like, I'm going to just select him, because you can control each one of these people individually. I got to X out that because he'll keep wanting to go back to it. And I pause the game, as you can see up here. You'll be doing lots of that, pausing and unpausing, fast forwarding, and that sort of thing, just so things will progress forward. So he's going to go off, and he's going to go ahead and take care of that. And then this guy, he's still working on just failing at the farming thing. He's my general labor. I don't know. My main guy is not very heroic, but he'll get there, so it's okay. So he's just going to keep trying to mine those things. And Zill, meanwhile, is going to go over here, and he's coming up and around. You can double click on the guy, and it'll auto move over to him. And yeah, you can send these guys away, and they can basically do everything that you want them to do. So everything that you would do. So I'm going to have this guy go talk to him. Don't steal anything, buddy. Some of your goods. And this is what I mean by inventory space. You see how large this stuff is? So this is those building materials I was telling you. So you buy those and you put them in here. I got a sword to sell. Yay. Ooh, decent sell value. Oh. There you go. You have to buy food to eat. But you see that this stuff takes up a lot of inventory space. But that's okay. The game actually doesn't dock you for running back and forth to places, because you increase in your athletics. So it's not like it's the worst thing in the world if you have to go back and forth somewhere, because you're actually advancing your character. So we're going to say I need some food, because food is always a problem. Now I don't have a lot of money, so food is kind of pricey. I could buy some more of the green fruits. I can basically just buy some more green fruits, which they will auto eat, which is kind of nice. And buy some drink. And that's cool that they do that. So we're actually just going to leave this alone. I just want to show you kind of how that works. But I could honestly send this guy anywhere on the map. And if I like go over to the overhaul map and say I want to just send him back down here, I can just right click and he's going to go ahead and go. So really, this game is all about just kind of exploring, adventuring, building yourself your own style. This game really allows you to kind of do whatever it is that you feel like, and they don't dock you for doing one or the other. They really don't. Everything, just works out for you. And this guy just stopped working. Why have you stopped working, man? Get back to work. So if you want to be a traveler that just runs around and explores everything, do it. You're going to level up in things. You're going to have to do something to help you out with your combat skills, probably, because you're going to be prone to running into things. And you also have to be doing a lot of running away, which I've actually started up 2 or 3 recordings before this one, but I wound up getting overwhelmed and wiped out by bandits right away. So it wasn't a good thing. And Zill's just sitting up there like, hey, I went to where I was going. So it's not a good thing. Let's get you working on the farm too. It is a pretty game right now. I'm kind of in the desert, but it looks just like you'd expect a desert to look. And the nice green areas are pretty green and nice looking. The water's pretty. So ultimately, this game really is true to the fact that it's an open world sandbox RPG. And it will play however you want it to play. So, let your imagination run wild. Be what you've always wanted to be. If you want to be that, that traveler that just explores everything, do it. You're going to level up as you move along. You're going to grow stronger. You're going to be better. If you want to be a thief, a rogue, do it. You can sneak around, increase that stealth skill, find the stolen goods, find the location to sell them to, and you know, if you want to sneak into a town that you've been kicked out of because they've caught you stealing or whatever, find disguises, get into them, go into town, you know, and just, it's a great game to kind of do whatever you want. And like I said, everything is pretty much leveled up as you would expect. I love that part to the game. The fact that, you know, if I carry extra weight, my strength is going to go up. If I don't, my, you know, athletics is going to increase. You know, if I fight a lot, my skills with fighting are going to increase. If I don't, then they're not going to be there. And ultimately, you want to eventually grow up, get money, start, you know, growing your party, and other people can fulfill those roles. So, you know, if you have someone that's a farmer, you leave them there on the farm. You have a huge farmland, make tons of crops, and grow them. So it's a good game. It's a fun game, but it is a very challenging game, and it will take some of your time to get it finished. So I hope that that pretty much gives you a good idea of how Kenshi, how's it play. And I just hope that you guys all have a lovely, wonderful Sunday night evening. And I guess I'll be talking to you all on Wednesday for the next video. And also, please subscribe if you like what you see and you want to keep seeing more. And make sure you like. All of those really help and get the, you know, me noticed and have these come up more. And it also is encouraging, of course, as well to get those. So I want to thank you all once again for being with me tonight. And you all just have a wonderful, glorious evening. Good night.